Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today for our Nexford Virtual Tour. We are just waiting a few more minutes for more people to join us, but for those who have joined us already, I would love for you guys to introduce yourselves in the webinar chat. If you can let us know where in the world you're joining us from today, as well as which Nexford program you wish to enroll in. Hi, Jordan. Thanks so much for joining us today. Where are you joining us from, Jordan? Where in the world are you based? Which country? And which Nexford program do you wish to enroll in? Hi, Rebecca. Sylvester, you're joining from Lagos, Nigeria, and you recently got enrolled in Nexford University to study product management beginning September 1st. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear that, Rebecca. I'm so happy you joined our nearest cohort. I do hope you have a great learning experience starting September 1st. I'm excited to hear who else is going to start their program on September 1st. Hi, Jordan. You chose an MBA with a specialty in AI. That's a very popular choice. I'm glad to hear that. You're from the US and you're currently based in Taiwan. Fantastic. All right. So just to let everybody know, we already have learners from more than 110 countries around the world right now. So I'm really glad to see this diversity also of attendees in our webinar today. I'd love to hear from the rest. I see Christiana, Eunice, Jackson, Sodik, Ogechi, Rebecca, we heard from you, and Takwi. I'd love to hear from you guys as well. And we're just going to wait another minute before we get started. All right. Hi, Eunice. You're joining from Nairobi, and you've just enrolled in a Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. That's wonderful. That's one of our newer Master of Science degree programs that we introduced earlier this year or last year, I believe. Takwi is also enrolling to start in November for the Digital Transformation MSc. Wonderful. So that's our Master of Science in Digital Transformation. Christiana, great to hear from you also. Nigeria, interested in entrepreneurship. Are you looking for a degree program or perhaps a single course or a short certificate? I see Taki joining from Cameroon. Great to have you. Thanks for joining us today. Eunice is starting in October. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, I'm glad to see a lot of people joining us soon. And it seems like you guys have done your research or you've spoken with a Nexford application specialist who's able to assist you in learning more about our programs. So it's great to see so many people on the call today who know what they want to enroll in. That's wonderful. So I'm sure all of you have your questions. Even if you've spoken with a Nexford application specialist, you have joined today to learn more about the online learning experience, and that is what we're here to do today, to teach you more about it, answer any questions you have, and perhaps showcase anything in the online platform that you have been keen to see. So I think we've waited long enough for attendees to join. It looks like we're having a smaller crowd today. That's all right. That only means that I can really get to all of your questions towards the end. We will be taking questions in the last portion of the webinar today. So I encourage anybody who has questions, who has come ready today with the questions that they want to ask, just drop them in the Q&A section or the Q&A box. You'll find it in your Zoom application. I recommend dropping your questions there just to ensure that we don't miss them. They may get lost in the webinar chat sometimes between the different messages. So I recommend you drop your questions in the Q&A area, and then at the end of the webinar, we'll have 15 or so minutes to answer your questions live. Feel free to direct any questions also to our faculty member, Dr. Michael, as well as our two Nexford learners, Abdul, Shakur, and Ireti. Before I officially introduce them, I'll introduce myself and let everybody know my name is Mai, and I am a senior Nexford application specialist. I've been with Nexford for 5 years now, and during that time, I've spoken with so many aspiring learners such as yourselves with common questions I hope to get today as well, and that I can answer for you, such as how is the online learning experience different from other online universities? Am I going to feel alone? Am I going to be able to interact with other learners around the world? How can I reach out for help from my professors or so on? What if I have any technical difficulties? Do you have any, more information on grading, for example? Are there exams? Does everything I need, am I going to find it online in the platform, or are there any, materials I need to download or get physically, and so on? So those are a lot of common questions I get. I'm happy to answer those, or happy to answer any other questions you may come up with today. That's what we're here to do. And with that, let's officially get started. I want to also introduce the lovely co-hosts that are helping me today and the speakers. So Dr. Michael, if you can please start by introducing yourself to everybody.
Hi, everyone. Good day and welcome to our virtual tour. I'm Dr. Michael Rodriguez. I'm with the university for almost 5 years. I teach MBA and BBA programs, and I'm also an international resource speaker. I handle different researches in the past, and I used to work as a program director at one of the top universities here in the Philippines. And yeah, I am basically based here in the Philippines, and I'm very happy to meet all of you.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for sharing, Dr. Michael. All right, I'd love to hear from our speakers also. If we can start with Ireti, if you can introduce yourself and perhaps tell everybody more about what you do and which Nexford program you studied.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ireti Dogara. I am one of the past learner of Nexford Universities. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I hope and I look forward to have an exciting session with you today.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ireti. I'm sure we will. I'm excited to speak with you more a little later on. And all right, if we can also hear from Abdul Shakur, if you can please introduce yourself to everybody and let us know more about you and which Nexford program you're studying.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Abdul Shakur Harruna, and I'm from Ghana. I studied MBA and I specialize in sustainability. And I'm excited to be part of today's program. You'll hear from me, my experience, and certain challenges and how we will solve it. Thank you very much.
Incredible. Thank you so much, Abdul Shakur. All right, I think we can get started. I can see we do have a small crowd. We're still at 7 attendees, but that's great because it means this will be more of an intimate virtual tour today. And like I said, we're here to answer your questions. We're here to, shed light on any area that you want to learn more about the online platform. So I will be sharing my screen shortly. And just a reminder to everybody that this webinar is being recorded, so you can watch a playback of this virtual tour once it's uploaded on our YouTube channel very soon. All right, with that, I will start sharing my screen. to show everybody the online learning platform. All right. I would love, just with a show of hands, if the attendees can confirm for me that they can see my screen. All right, Jordan, you can see my screen. That's good to know. Who else can see my screen? If you can raise your hands in your Zoom application. Surely it's not only Jordan who can see my screen. Sodik as well. Okay, fantastic. Who else? Rebecca. All right. Okay, so I will assume everybody can see my screen, so everything's working fine. So I want to let you know that what everyone is currently looking at is the main homepage of the online learning platform at Nexford. So this is the dashboard that you're currently looking at, and the learning management system that we use at Nexford is Canvas. It is very user-friendly. I'm excited to show you more about its different features and elements today. And let's just close this one here. All right. So like I said, it's called Canvas. And if you've done online learning before, there's a chance you have used this platform already. Like I said, it's very user-friendly. And the great thing is that there is a mobile application you can download called Canvas Student. This is how the application looks like. You don't have to be an Android user to use it. If you have an iPhone as well, you can download this application. Everybody's welcome to download it today if they like, but it's important to note that you're not going to be able to log into your online platform until you get enrolled at Nexford. So this applies for the mobile application, and it applies also for the laptop version or the PC version. So only when you get enrolled and you have your login information, your login credentials, will you be able to access the online platform. If anybody plans to enroll early, they will receive early access to the online platform and gain early access also to all of the learner benefits, the Nexford learner benefits that we are going to go over today. All right, so you might have questions as to what does it mean to be fully enrolled, and is applying the same as enrolling? Well, there are two different stages, and I will be going over those two different stages a little bit more clearly towards the end in case anybody still has questions and are not very clear on the admission process at Nexford. So once you do get enrolled, you receive access to the online platform. You'll have the freedom to get more comfortable and familiar with all of the different areas and features of the online platform of Canvas. But most importantly, you will be asked to take the NXU Orientation, which you need to complete before you start your official Nexford program. So the NXU Orientation is kind of your welcome package when you get enrolled. It's a short course. You're not being graded on it, but it's a short course that's going to tell you everything you need to know about the online platform, and it's going to help you learn how you can succeed using Canvas for your studies. So you'll get familiar with the online platform. You'll also get familiar with all of the university policies and terms and conditions. You'll get access to all of the academic resources and services and know where to go to reach those, and also how you can reach out for further help from our team. So let's jump to the module section, but just before I do, I want to just open another course just to show you the difference in the table of contents. So a standard Nexford course looks like this, whereas the NXU orientation is much shorter, as you can see. All right, and if you go to the module section, this is of the NXU orientation. There are only 4 modules, including a closing, right? So it's quite short, and anybody can complete the NXU orientation in as little as 30 minutes. So it really doesn't take a lot of time to complete. And like I said, you're not being graded. It's just going to give you all of the tools to succeed using the online platform. Whereas any standard Nexford course has 6 modules and a final project. So if I show you here, you'll see that it's much bigger, going from module 1 up until 6, right? So I'll have to scroll quite a bit to get to the bottom here, and then a final project, this being module 6. All right, but let's go back to the NXU orientation here. I want to start just giving you a sneak peek of the introduction part of the orientation. Right from the beginning here, everybody is getting a welcome video from our founder and our CEO, Fadl Utarzi, where he tells everybody a bit more about Nexford and how we got started. You'll learn more about Nexford's mission. So I'd like to play this for everybody just for a couple of seconds.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan. I thought to myself, is this why unemployment stats of college graduates grab so many media headlines? And it's not a graduate's fault. Burdened by heavy debt, cohorts of learners walk away from university unprepared for the workplace. That's why I set out to create a university for you, one that I'm convinced has the potential to positively impact lives as well as millions worldwide. I'm Fadel Al-Tarzi, and I can proudly say that I'm the founder and CEO of Nexford University. Expect NXU.
All right, guys, that is just a sneak peek. Hopefully you can watch it in its entirety once you get enrolled at Nexford. I do want to say that this video right here is just a small example of the different and dynamic elements through which you're going to be doing your studying at Nexford. It's not just going to be a lot of text. We don't want our learners falling asleep. So you'll find videos like these, and for every video, there's a written transcript that you can download, which can be super useful for the courses and the modules that you're studying later for your program. Aside from the mix of videos, you'll also find downloadable resources, interactive exercises. There's always something to keep you engaged and something to keep the learning just fresh and dynamic. I hope I get a chance to show some of you some of those elements a little later on today. All right, and then as you progress through the introduction part of the orientation, you'll see that we encourage you from the beginning to join WhatsApp study groups. It's really useful to have a study buddy from the beginning of your program, to have somebody, perhaps that enrolled at the same time as you, they're in the same cohort or the same program or even in the same country. So we have learners from more than 110 countries around the world right now. So that means you'll always find a WhatsApp group, probably from, where you're from or which program. And the great thing is if it's already full capacity or for some reason there isn't a WhatsApp group to your liking, you can start your own WhatsApp group and then share it with our learner success team, and they will share it with other learners to join. So I just said learner success team. I will explain to you guys what that team is a little later on, because they will be one of the most important teams you're going to be in communication with throughout your learning experience. And next, you're going to be given the option to connect with peer mentors, and those are Nexford learners that are currently studying, and they're dedicated to making you feel welcome and helping you get settled in the new learning environment. You can even be a peer mentor yourself once you study at Nexford if you desire, but for now, from the beginning, you're being also advised that if you want to book a session with any available peer mentors, this is where you can reach out to connect with them. And then next here, you're given a prompt to introduce yourself to the Nexford community in what we call our discussion forums. So every course at Nexford has a discussion forum. For the courses, you'll find that the topic is, of course, related to the actual course at the time. But for the introduction part of the NXU Orientation, the prompt that you're given is simply to introduce yourself, to let everybody know what brought you to Nexford, what you're studying, more about your background. Some people share their LinkedIn profiles, they share photos, something like that. You should be able to find all of the comments at the bottom here, but as I am not a Nexford learner, this is just a demo account, so you'll see that the topic is closed, but normally you'll find all of the different comments from different learners from around the world in the course that you're enrolled in at the bottom here. You can engage with them, you can react to their posts, and so on. So a discussion forum is just one of the many ways you can communicate with fellow learners from around the world. And then here you start to get introduced to the different, resources and the important policies. You'll get access to, like what I mentioned earlier, the Nexford University knowledge base, the resource center, the different policies, and so on. So these are very important, key information that's going to be very useful for you to know, as you go through your program. And then next, you'll learn more about the Nexford learning experience in general. You're getting familiar with Canvas, the learning platform. Here you're getting an overview of the dashboard and what it entails, but we'll go through this ourselves as well today. and how you can access the courses. You'll have full control of the types of notifications you receive for assignments and otherwise. Everybody has an account area, so you can completely have control over that. And then last but not least is how you can receive help. So I mentioned earlier the learner success team. So the learner success team is comprised of success advisors that are posted all around the world, which allows you 24/7 access to reach out to them for any assistance. So if you have any question at all about the online learning experience, you're having maybe challenges with a certain course or maybe anything like that, just reach out to a success advisor. Often you'll find that they reach out to you before you even think of reaching out to them. That is because they're tracking your progress. They can tell if you're struggling. They want to make sure that you succeed. That is literally in their title. That's what they're there to do. So they can serve like your coach or your mentor throughout your program, and they can help you with goal setting, with scheduling, and so much more. So you can reach out to them on WhatsApp, or you can send them an email, or you can schedule a call with them. There's a ton of ways you can get connected with a success advisor. All right, guys. And then next here, you'll learn more about grading and submitting assignments, what an assignment rubric is, and so much more. So like I said, I mean, I hope this gives you an idea what the orientation is all about. It's really going to give you everything you need to know to get started. And you need to complete it before you start your official Nexford program. If anybody has questions about anything I covered so far, I'd love to know. Just drop your questions in the Q&A area, guys, and we'll get to your questions at the end of the webinar. All right. So now let's say you've completed the NXU Orientation and you're enrolled into your first course. Let's assume that is Roadmap to Success, which is one of the BBA courses. And you want to find out who is teaching this course. So you should be able to find a people section. Let me go back here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, people section. Again, this is a demo account, so it's not, of course, showing the number of learners that would be enrolled in the course with you when you're studying, but you should find the full list here. You can even click on every learner profile. How much information they put really depends on them and how they've set up their own account. Under the column of role, you'll find either student or teacher. If you want to find out who's teaching the course, just look for the title of teacher. And in this case for Roadmap to Success, it's actually Dr. Michael. So I would love to give the mic over to Dr. Michael here so he can tell everybody a bit more about this course.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. I could actually hear myself. I don't know what's happening.
It sounds fine for me here.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Do I have the control now for the course?
Yes, I provided you control. Should
All
I
right.
try to?
Again, yep, let me just try if I'd be able to click this one. Okay, I think it's working. Yeah, once again, thank you everyone for your time to attend our NXU virtual orientation. So Mai was able to discuss some of the basic features of our online platform and how the orientation would definitely help you in getting to know the correct navigation and buttons on your canvas. So I'm here as part of the faculty team to discuss with you what are the things that we do in delivering the module contents and how we go about your assignment, the feedback, and how you would be able to keep in touch with your professor in different courses that you would be enrolled in. So again, this is the Roadmap to Success BUS 1100. So let's say you are enrolled to this course and the landing page would look like this. So you would see here, start here, and of course, which is a very important, your syllabus. It is very important to navigate through your course syllabus so that you would know what are the topics which would be covered in this course, and you would also know what are the competencies that we are developing in our learners using this particular course that you are enrolled in. By the way, the Nexford University is using a competency-based education model. It means that we are definitely developing the competencies that are needed, these essential skills that are needed in the global career. It means that you would be globally or highly globally competitive once you're a graduate of Nexford. And after browsing through your syllabus, of course, you would see here the People's tab. I think Mai was able to show you earlier on how you would go about your teaching assistant, for instance, your classmates and your professors. And navigating through your professors, you should be able to see the profile of your professors. And next, we have our announcement section. I think the announcement tab is not visible here, but normally if you are in the learner view in this left part of your in this hamburger, I call this hamburger toolbar in some of the websites because it looks like a hamburger. So here you should see an announcement underneath home. And once you navigate through that, of course, there would be some notifications if your professor posted something. It is definitely important that you check the weekly announcements of your professors. It may be the course expectations. It could be some links that they wish to share with you that are related to the course. It could be the expectations on each assignment and other supplementary materials. And again, you would be notified. You would see if there would be any new announcements that you need to open so that you would be updated in your course, particularly the things that you would need to know coming from your professors. And I think there are also times that professors could open the announcement for comments so that you could also engage with your professors and co-learners through that particular announcement. And then let me go to the inbox. Again, same as with here on the yellow toolbar on the left part, you would see as well here the inbox section. I won't be opening the actual inbox, but once you open that, you should be able to reach out to your professors. That is the most efficient way to reach out to your professor. Click the inbox and search for the name of your professor. If you are enrolled in the class that your professor teaches, definitely you should be able to look for their name. And you could simply click on new message, of course, navigate through the subject button so that your message would be more specific with the subject and the content of your message, and just click send. Your professor should be able to reply to you within 24 hours during the weekdays and 48 hours during the weekends. And let me also navigate through the modules. I was able to give you an overview of how the modules look like. The course would run for 8 weeks, but then again, this is a self-paced delivery, so you could submit your assignments as early as you want once you have the full access in the course. Each course is going live every first of the month. I understand that some of you may have the preview access, but everything would go live on the first of the month. So that's the time that you would be able to have the full access on the course, like the submission button and other things that are not visible on the preview access. Again, it would run for 8 weeks, but you should have at least 6 modules. So you have your module 1, your module 2, and then your module 3, which is the milestone 1, module 4, and then the module 5, which is the milestone 2, and the module 6, which is for final project. It means that there are 6 submissions or required submissions that you would need to do in the entire 8 weeks. Module 1 would be due every 10th of the month, and that should also be the indication that you are active in the course. If you fail to submit your first assignment by the 10th of the month, you would be moved to the next course start date, since you would be flagged as inactive if you would not be able to submit by the 10th of the month. That's why it's very important to be active in your course, especially on the first week of the term, so that you would be able to comply with the 10th day of the module 1 deadline. And then the succeeding module assignments would be due 7 days after. And also here, there are also some mini activities, mini assessments inside the modules, but most of them are optional and ungraded. So again, normally the course delivery would be 4 graded assignments, 2 milestone projects, 3 graded assignments, 2 milestone project, and 1 final project. So that's going to be a total of 6 submissions in total. And then for you to see what are the different assignments that are required for a particular course, this is going to be your assignments tab, and you would see here whether something is required to be submitted or not. But if you are enrolled in a bridging course, let's say a BOS 5001, expect that there may be multiple activities in a week, because this is going to be a bridging course before you would enroll into the actual MBA proper or an MSc entrepreneurship or digital transformation. So if you are enrolled in the bridging courses, so expect that there may be more activities or low stake activities that you need to submit in specific deadlines. But if you're enrolled in the actual BBA or MBA program, so that's going to be the usual 6 assignments, including the milestone and the final project. And once you submit, let's say, let me click on this assignment. Since this is just a demo account, I don't know if I should be able to see this. But yeah, basically you would see here your assignment, and then you would be prompted to attaching the file if the assignment would be requiring you to attach a worksheet, for example. So here, let's assume that you're able to attach this, and then make sure that you are uploading the correct file, because you would only have 1 chance to submit each assignment. And then after that, you could click submit. And it would be submitted to the portal of your professor, and your professor should be able to grade them according to the grading rubric. That's why prior to submitting, you need to check your rubric so that you could ensure that you are satisfying all of the course requirements. And you should be able to receive a feedback from your professors within 5 calendar days. But normally we grade everything within 24 to 48 hours so that we could give timely feedback to everyone. But the normal turnaround time would be 5 calendar days. But again, we ensure that we are able to cover your needs. That's why we strive to grade everything within 24 to 48 hours. And in the event that you wanted to reach out to your professors, let's say you have queries with the feedback, or you have queries about your grades, you would see here all of the feedback, all of the things that you have submitted, your running grade. So if you have questions with your professor, apart from the inbox section that I discussed earlier, it's easier as well to book a one-on-one session. On your professor's profile, you should see the booking link for their respective calendar, and you would also see there the available slots for you to book your session, and each booking would have a 15-minute slots for your one-on-one conversation with your professor. And apart from that, professors normally conduct 2 live sessions for the entire term. Again, in the actual Canvas, on this section as well, under the toolbar home syllabus, you should also see here a big blue button. That is the tool, the virtual conferencing tool that we use to conduct live session. So all of the live sessions are sometimes synced through your calendar inside Canvas, and at the same time, it is posted in the announcement section. And this is your Learn library. I think Mai would have a separate discussion for this as well. But if you wish to navigate through our online resources, updated journals, researches, and other materials that you would need apart from using open source material coming from Google, you could just click through the Learn library, and you should be routed to the website of our virtual library for Nexford, and you would be routed to different specific groups of subject matters. And with that, those are the coverage of how we go about delivering our module content, our assignments, and the feedback. Thanks, everyone.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael. I hope that was very insightful for everybody. I'm glad you were also able to go through, the assignments and the grading rubric and so on. Let me I'll just pause the remote share, Dr. Michael. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
And also glad that you were able to mention the inbox. I can share it with everyone also. I'll just give a quick glimpse of it for everybody. This is outdated anyway, the information I have here in terms of the types of messages you might receive. So you do receive announcements from, faculty members sometimes, or maybe the tech team or fellow learners. But when Dr. Michael mentioned composing a new message, you just click at the top right here, select the course that you're enrolled in, for example, Roadmap to Success, and then you would be given the option to select between students and teacher. But again, a demo will count, so I'm only able to select another student, that being myself. But you can choose to speak with any learner or your teacher or professor, put in your subject and message and send, and it's that easy. All right, so that's just one of the many ways you can communicate with the learner community or the global learner community, as well as professors. So I do want to start asking questions to our lovely speakers on the call with us today. If we can start, with a question here for Abdul Shakur, if you can tell everybody a bit about your studying style with Nexford, and how do you manage your study schedule around your life?
All right, thank you very much. And throughout my studies with Nexford, it has been a transformative experience. And I would say it's primarily due to the flexible learning model that Nexford University is having. So I prioritize setting clear goals, which allow me to be able to do my professional work and then also at the same time meet my model timeline and also my assignment times. So when it comes to my coursework, mostly I dedicate the early mornings and then the late nights for my studies in order for me to be able to meet up with my professional work. And since NSU's academic medium, that's the canvas, it's accessible at any time that you want to learn. The resource materials are available and the professors are also available for any assistance you need. You have to look up to your calendar to be able to set up the time you want to learn, to be able to meet whichever target you set for yourself. So the ability to learn at my own pace, and still I'm able to manage deadlines and also balancing my work and studies, it was a great opportunity. So, and I was able to adapt very quickly after the first month and the first 2 months with my studies. And that has made me being able to achieve my academic success. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Abdul Shakur. That's great to hear. I'd love to also give a question here then for Ireti, if you can tell us some notable things about your experience also, but maybe with assessments, assignment submissions, and professor feedback.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. And thank you for having me here today. My name is Ireti Dogara, as I've rightly said, and I'm so proud to be Nexford University alumna. I remember being in your shoe not too long ago, why I was so excited about the whole opportunity. At the same time, I was so nervous about what lay ahead of me. Today, I'm here to share a bit of my journey with you, how it has helped to shape my career and also give you a useful advice so that you will make best of your time here with Nexford University. So I'll talk about my learning experience. Studying at university was truly an enriching experience for me. Looking at it from the flexibility of the online platform to the real-world application of those courses, I found myself so constantly engaged and motivated. The curriculum was not just about the theory, but it was about how to apply those theories to solve real-world problems. One thing that is I particularly appreciated was the global perspective embedded in every courses. I also have opportunity to interact with fellow students from diverse backgrounds, which gave me insight to different cultures and business practices, which has incredibly valuable in my career journey. Yes. How about the assignments and the project we're asked to work about? The project and assignments were designed to challenge my thinking. And I was pushed out of my comfort zone. That means I have to study, do so many research so that I'll be able to submit a quality assignment. So I did a lot of research, which ultimately helped me to grow both personally and my profession. Another highlight for me was the support the faculty and the community provided. Anytime I had questions or I needed a guidance, someone is always there to give me, to render a helping hand. This sense of community, even in an online setting, made a big difference in my career journey with, in my learning journey with Nexford University. How has this altogether shaped my career? I can tell you, reflecting on my journey so far with Nexford University, I can confidently say Nexford University has provided me with more than just knowledge. Yes, the institution has given me the confidence to take on additional responsibility in my current role, which has helped me to lead with purpose and pursue my goal with conviction. Now, I am more motivated and ever ready to move forward to the next level. Beyond the education beyond the career growth I have acquired in this institution, Nexford has also broadened my perspective by connecting me with diverse global community, and collaborating with this peer around the world has improved my cultural awareness and adaptability. So I don't know, this advice, I have a lot of advice for you. I don't know if it's time for me to give the advice I have. Is it time for me to go ahead and give the advice?
We can do that at the end, Ireti. Thank you so much. All right, fantastic. No, thank you so much for sharing. I love the passion in which you speak about the learning experience as well as Nexford at Nexford. Please, attendees, if you have questions for Ireti or if you have questions for Abdul Shakur or also Dr. Michael, don't hesitate to share them. I see you, Rebecca, raising your hand. If you do have a question, please drop it in the Q&A box or the Q&A section. A reminder to drop your question there, as then we can ensure we don't miss your question. I might miss them in between the webinar chat. I'm trying to respond to as many of you as I can in the webinar chat, but I recommend it'll look like question and answer Q&A in your Zoom application. Anywhere where there are buttons, you should be able to find it, I think, at the bottom. If not, that's all right, Jordan. If you're struggling to find the Q&A box, then please feel free to share your questions in the chat. No worries. All right, with that, I will start sharing my screen again, guys, so we can talk more about the learning experience and the online platform. Just a couple more elements here that I want to share with everybody. All right, so I've shared my screen again. I believe everybody should be able to see it. So we went over, the dashboard, just the overview of the courses that you're enrolled in. This left side navigation pane follows you no matter where you go in the online platform. If you click on history, it will just take you to the previous pages that you accessed in the online platform, something that is useful when you're studying and you want to maybe jump between modules or pages or different areas. We already went through the inbox and the calendar. You'll see here already has items added in the calendar depending on the courses that you're enrolled in. You can play around with the view of your calendar if you just want to plan or get organized. You'll see that these are color-coded, which is something that you can control from your main dashboard. One of the fun features of Canvas, so you can select different colors by just clicking on these 3 dots for every course. You can do a color overlay if it helps you get organized as well, and that reflects the most in the calendar. So this way you never miss out on any important reminders because you get automatically reminded about these different assignments and deadlines. But you can also click anywhere and add your own reminder or event or to-do item. If you want to flesh that out a little bit more, just click on more options. It will take you to this new page for you to add more details. And then just create the event. And the great thing is this can be synchronized with your PC or your laptop or your mobile phone. So you never miss out on anything important. And what else I want to talk about is the writing lab. So these boxes here represent either courses you're enrolled in or a resource you always have access to, such as the writing lab. And you open that up. So we know that not everybody is a natural born writer, and for the types of assignments you're going to be required to do with Nexford, there may be types of formatting that you're not used to or you haven't heard of before. The writing lab will also help you with, improving your academic writing, improving your research skills as well. So if you jump to the module section here, this is where you're going to see everything that you need to know about the writing lab. You'll see some of these include like style guides, like I mentioned, one of which is APA formatting, but there are many style guides when you're doing your assignments at Nexford. And you'll see some of these are papers and some of them are recordings. The ones with this icon here clarifies that these are recordings. So the writing lab is really going to help you elevate your writing. And you'll get access to this expert guidance. You'll be able to master the latest techniques of ethical AI use in research and content creation, which ensures that your assignments really shine. You'll get even tips here on English grammar and paragraph structure and so on. And then there should be recordings here at the bottom that you can get access to as a Nexford learner. And again, if you ever need assistance, you know who to reach out to, whether that be your professor or a success advisor, which we mentioned earlier today. All right, and so let me send another question here to our Nexford learners. I want to ask also for Abdul Shakur, if you can tell us more about your experience with the success team, and have you ever reached out to fellow learners for help?
Thank you very much. And for the success team, I might be their top candidate in terms of reaching out to them for assistance, because you see, sometimes you submit your assignments or you need someone to assist you to do one or two things, and you don't think of maybe who can assist me or who can help me. Quickly, I'll reach out to the success team. Immediately, I submit an issue to the IT team, and I'm waiting for a response from the IT team. For about some 24 hours, I'm not hearing anything. I'll contact the success team. And immediately I contact them, within some few hours, my issue will be resolved. So throughout this academic journey, the success team, they have been very invaluable to me in terms of academic support, technical support, because even though these are online studies, you know how it feels when you're doing something and somebody is watching you. So that's how the success team, they operate. So you'll be there, they will send you a message. You are currently enrolled in this particular course, you have a grade A, you have a grade B. So all the time they are monitoring your academic journey. So it also boosts you or gives you the confidence to make sure you excel in whatever thing you are doing. And because of the way Nexford learning infrastructure is as the canvas, it's able to connect you with your colleagues, that's your peers who are also enrolled in the particular course you are doing. So it creates that opportunity of network. And most of the courses that I'm doing, you realize that you might take a company that you are going to present on, and the company might not even be in your country. So getting in touch with somebody that particular company is located in their country to give you much information, it's what also helped me. So I've been able to build network with people from different countries. And then the last time I mentioned that even there is one colleague that's working on my business website for now, I got in touch with him through NXU, because without this particular program, I wouldn't have been able to know him. And he's working on my company's website. So getting in touch with peers, it's something that has also helped me throughout my academic studies, both helping me with some of my courses, educating me, and also my professional life. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Abdul Shakur. Happy to hear that about your experience. I'd love to ask Ireti also, since you are already an MBA graduate, have you, during your program or even after graduation, had the chance to make friends with other Nexford learners around the globe? And have you had any networking opportunities?
Exactly. I have opportunity of relating with a colleague, a learner colleague in United States, which of course we have found a bond, more than 2 or 3 of them. We have a bond of networking, which we have been relating together in type of, in area where we can advance our career forward. And in fact, the connection I have gotten through this program has been so valuable to me, has given me so much confidence that has helped me to continue pushing on so that I will actually get to where I aim to be in the future as a future leader.
Incredible, incredible. Glad to hear. Thank you so much, Ireti. If anyone has any questions about this, more about the learning, experience with other learners or professors or the success team, please don't hesitate to send it in the Q&A box or the webinar chat. I'm aware, Jordan, you were able to find the Q&A box, so good job for that. I saw your question there, and I did answer your question in regards to live lectures. So just to clarify for everybody, the question from Jordan was, how many live class sessions do professors conduct per module? So the live lectures are actually hosted by faculty members just twice a month, and it's optional and not required for you to attend. You'll also have access to your faculty's calendar to book one-on-one sessions. But in regards to the live lectures, while they are not mandatory and not required for you to attend, I really encourage everybody to join those. They're very useful. You get insider tips on how to succeed and how to do better with your assignments. And, it's great to be able to communicate with your professor live so you can also ask any questions that you have. So while they're not mandatory, I do believe they're very, very beneficial for everybody to join. All right, we're nearing the end of our webinar here, guys. So I'll just touch up next on the different learner benefits before we start answering all of the questions live. So I'll share my screen one last time here, guys. All right, so we're back to the main dashboard here. You'll see on the left side navigation pane, there's a link to library. So this takes you to this robust NXU library, which gives you unlimited access to over 60 million resources that cover so many different topics. We can jump to a specific group here, but I'd like to just scroll through some of them for you so you have an idea. All right, so you'll see that these include encyclopedias, they include research papers, databases, articles and publications, blog length articles, ebooks, and so much more. It's a great research tool for you to utilize while you're studying at Nexford. Again, you have, you can access this anytime at no additional cost. So these are just thousands and thousands of resources that you are able to use while you're studying. So this is just one of the many learner benefits. You'll see a link or a button here also for LinkedIn Learning. So if you haven't heard of LinkedIn Learning, it is in fact connected to LinkedIn. And normally you need a paid subscription to be able to access any LinkedIn Learning courses. Some of these go on for just 5 minutes. Some of them can go on for a couple of hours if they're courses. The great thing is that once you complete any LinkedIn Learning course, you do receive a certificate of completion, which is one of the many ways that you can boost your resume or your CV. You can really accelerate your career growth. It's a great way to show to your employer or future employer or your current community that you're learning on the go, you're learning additional skills. You're not just waiting to complete your program to apply these skills. And, whatever you study on LinkedIn Learning does not have to be related to the Nexford program that you're currently studying. That's a great thing about that. So if you're studying data analytics with Nexford and you have an extra interest in marketing, then you can jump on LinkedIn Learning and also take a couple of marketing courses at no additional cost on the side and also receive certificate of completions for them. And if you do want what you study from LinkedIn Learning to be more related to what you're studying at Nexford, you'll see that there are LinkedIn Learning courses already embedded within your modules or within your courses. And that's the great thing about that. All right, so LinkedIn Learning is just one of the many benefits, that and the NXU library. If you go to Nexford.edu/career, you'll learn more about our different career services, one of which is LinkedIn Learning, which I just mentioned, one of our different offerings. And then we also have IBM Digital Nation Africa, or IBM DNA for short. And this is for those that are currently based in Africa, you will get additional access to this. And it's for more tech-related programs or programming or AI or cybersecurity, if that is the area of interest for you. And then finally, we have Forage. So Forage is already a free resource to begin with, but we partnered up with them also for a similar reason, like LinkedIn Learning, is that we also drop suggestions for you for what Forage programs you can take within your program, within your Nexford program that is related to what you're studying. So it's a career resource where you can get virtual work experience at real companies like JP Morgan, Accenture, and so on. You'll see Walmart, Red Bull, JP Morgan, right? Some of these are advanced, some of them are intermediate. They can run on for a couple of minutes or they can run on for a few hours. So this really can complement the learning you're doing at Nexford. You can apply the skills that you're learning, and then you can choose to share your task submissions with recruiters, which can lead to interview opportunities for internships. So that is just one of the many benefits, guys. I hope we were able to unravel everything that we can today. Since we're nearing the end here, I'll stop sharing my screen. I'll only share it again if anybody has, any additional questions. Let me stop the share. All right, and I do have final questions for Ireti also and Abdul Shakur before we take the Q&A questions. So one question for you, Abdul Shakur, is if you can just tell us in general about your Nexford learning journey, what were some of your favorite parts and what were some of your challenges?
All right, thank you very much. So I will share that my learning has been rewarding and it's also transformative. So some of the favorite parts has been the flexibility of the coursework, allowing me to balance my studies with my professional and personal life. Because whilst I'm still learning, I also have the time to do my professional work at the same time. So I'm able to balance it very well. The Nexford curriculum is very, very practical and also relevant with real world applications. So most of the time you realize that what you learn is directly impacting what you do. Yes, and it has also enhanced my career. So, and being able to engage me with my peers, that's the diverse group of learners, has also created a lot of opportunities for me, offering new perspectives and then also enriching my discussions with people. So when it comes to the challenges, what I would say is the flexibility at the time management. So if you are, that's one of the challenges that I faced earlier. So especially when I'm juggling with multiple things to do at the same time. But if you are able to plan, so you have to know your schedule and plan effectively. So later when I got to realize that if I plan my studies early dawn and then late night, it's going to help me. And ever since I started doing that, I was able to meet my targets. Sure. So these are some of the opportunities and then the challenges I've passed through. Did you ask about the advice?
All right. Sorry, Abdul Shakur.
So did you ask about the advice?
Not yet. No, I didn't. But please do, while you have the mic right now, I'd love for you to tell everyone also any final advice you have for current or aspiring learners at Nexford.
All right, sure. Thank you very much. So what I would say is, first of all, if you've taken the decision to join Nexford, then you have to be disciplined. You have to stay disciplined because at the end, you are going to benefit whatever you have set to achieve. And also, since this is an online class, you have the opportunity to network with a lot of people. And don't forget, not only your peers, the professors, networking with the professors could also create an opportunity for you. So try your possible best to stay disciplined and make sure you network effectively with your peers, and then also believe in your ability. Believe that you can make it. Believe that you can get the A's, you can meet the targets, and then your journey will be very, very, very fruitful. Thank you very much, because having a Nexford certificate has a lot of opportunities and possibilities for you. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks so much. I'm happy to hear that, Abdul Shakur. I couldn't agree more with you. I hear a lot of success stories, from different learners around the world. Something everybody can access also on our website are testimonials or learner stories from different learners around the world. And I know how much our competency-based learning has really helped them, in their current career or their future one. Some learners I've heard, have been able to leave their job and start their own business, for example, or whichever area it is that you're interested in. And if you've chosen the right program for you and for your career goals, I really do think it can take you very far. And I've seen that definitely in the 5 years that I've, been working with Nexford and spoken with so many learners, that this has been a similar experience between a lot of learners. Having said that, since we can hear from Ireti, who has already graduated from Nexford, I'd love to hear from you, and I'm sure everybody would love to hear also, if you can just say, how Nexford program has changed your life so far.
Yes, Nexford program has really affected my life positively, in that I've gathered a lot of confidence, as in I have the privilege of talking to my supervisor of what I have learned and how I will apply it in my current role, which of course moved her to say yes. She also noticed that I have really improved in certain area, and she went ahead to add additional roles to my current roles, additional responsibility rather to my current role, which I really enjoy. And this has even pushed me, it's continuing pushing me, motivating me to add more effort so that I will achieve my career goal.
Incredible. Thanks for sharing, Ireti. Thank you so much. Are you able to tell everybody also any final advice for anybody keen to study with Nexford, any current or aspiring learners?
Of course, for those of us that are just starting our journey, I say congratulations to you. So I have a piece of advice that some advice that I would like you to have at your mind while you go on your study. The first thing on the list is to be proactive. You should remember that the online environments offer incredible flexibility. Fine. But you should know that comes with responsibility. So you have to manage your time effectively. So what you need to do is to set goal for yourself, stay organized, and be proactive in reaching out if you need help. If you have problem, don't keep quiet. Quickly send chat. Either you reach out to the success team or the colleague learner, the other learners on the WhatsApp group. They are very, very ready to help. I got a lot of help from my colleague then when I was doing my MBA. So another thing I want you to also do is to engage fully. Take advantage of the resources available to you, participate in online discussion, connect with peers, as I said, and do not hesitate to ask questions. It's very key. Do not hesitate to ask questions. If you get lost, ask questions. You will have somebody that will guide you. So the more you engage, the richer your learning experience will be. Then you also need to be ready. You need to apply those things you are learning. That's the height of it. If you are not applying it, there's no way you will come out and say, yes, I have learned this. or you want to tell somebody, go to Nexford University. If you have not been able to apply what you are learning, there's no way you can introduce somebody to Nexford. So don't forget to apply those things you are learning. So try to apply what you are learning in your current role and even in your personal projects. Do not, you know that kind of, if you apply what you are learning, it will reinforce your knowledge. It will also show you how direct applicable those courses are to a real world situation. Also, I also want you to build connection, build your network. Your peers and Nexford are valuable resources. Remember that they come from different industry and regions. So relate with them. This offer you a world of knowledge and diverse perspectives. So build the relationship. With them, you never know. You can't say, because today's world is changing rapidly, and continuous learning is the key to stay ahead. So use your time at Nexford, explore new ideas, and expand your horizon. So if you take all those to your heart, success is on the way for you. So on this note, I want to congratulate you all for choosing Nexford as your choice of institution. Trust me, you are embarking on a journey that will not only provide you with valuable knowledge and skills, but also open doors of opportunity. So make most of it. Stay committed and enjoy the process.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's very inspiring, Ireti. I couldn't agree more. I hope everybody took some notes. Like this is really gonna help you in your life in general, and also when you're when you're planning to enroll at Nexford. With that, yeah, I think that wraps up our virtual tour for today. I don't commonly ask this of our professors, but I'd love to hear from you some more, Dr. Michael. Perhaps you also have any, some advice you'd like to give any current or aspiring learners at Nexford.
Yeah, hi again. Yeah, teaching in both traditional university for more than a decade and teaching here in Nexford for almost 5 years. I could say that if you wanted to have a more flexibility and at the same time you are more exposed to actual demands of the global market, this university suits you. I could say that number one is this is the now and the future, because like what we had, during the pandemic when everyone in other countries are just starting to navigate through online learning. Nexford has already streamlined the actual process of online learning. So that's why we definitely commend the process of it all. So if you wanted to have like your network in 110 countries worldwide, and at the same time learning in different through different resources that would expose you to improving your competencies, I do think this is the best university for you. And I would like to also add, I think Ireti also mentioned this earlier, and Abdul Shakur also mentioned this, that do not hesitate to ask questions. And asking questions would help you to know different things, not just in your respective careers, but your other goals or even your personal goals. Asking questions to your co-learners, to your professors, so that you would have your your expectations answered. And also, please do not hesitate to express your thoughts in writing your assignments. We understand that AI is here. We acknowledge the importance of AI and it facilitates learning. But we also have to remember that in all of the, let's say, assignments or anything or any report case analysis that we do, our authenticity really matters. AI is here to help us to facilitate, but at the end of the day, it will still be the authenticity on how we are going to solve the organizational issues or challenges or anything that you would like to help your organization to really matters. And yeah, I think that's all. I thank you so much, everyone, for attending our today's live session.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Michael. Thanks, everybody. I only see one pending question in the Q&A. I've answered the rest on chat. I hope I was able to assist everybody. For the anonymous attendee asking, how can we get study materials? I hope you were able to see in our Nexford Virtual Tour today that everything you need is already accessible in the online platform. That is all that you need. Once you get enrolled, you have access to our online learning platform. It'll connect you to everything you need to succeed. Your entire learning path will be visible to you in the program area. You'll be able to view your program progress and your scores, access your online courses. You can tap on any course to explore the in-depth details on what you'll learn and the skills you'll gain, and to access your next adventure. All of that is online in the online platform. So there are no external study materials you're going to be required to do. There will be external downloadable resources sometimes, but that's still from within the online platform. So if there's any link to download something or anything like that, it's still within Canvas, the learning platform. So I hope that that's clear. Yeah, I do thank everybody, the 11 attendees who are still on the call with us. I do appreciate that. I hope you found this insightful. If you have any last questions, guys, this is the time to ask it before we end the virtual tour today. I do want to mention for anybody who has yet to start their Nexford journey, I'll just list to everybody in the chat area the steps you need to take to get started. Our programs start on the beginning of every month. I know we mentioned that a few times. On the first of every month, that is when our Nexford programs begin. Can anybody tell me in the webinar chat quickly before we end the webinar today if you know when is the next deadline if you wish to start your program on September 1st? When is the enrollment deadline? Is anybody aware? If you can jump on the chat and let me know, that would be amazing. Just a final question for the attendees here. See if you guys are still with us. Let me know if you know when the enrollment deadline is. All right, I see some guesses already. Great to see. Rebecca says 28th August. Sahira says also August 28. Takwi also for the 28th of August. Any other guesses, guys? All right, and that is correct, guys. Yes, it is the 28th of August. So for any intake you wish to join, which is on the 1st of every month, the enrollment deadline you need to remember and jot down in your calendar is the 28th of the preceding month, of the previous month. So we do not provide exceptions for that. Applications and admissions close on the 28th. So you have to make sure to submit your application or complete your enrollment by paying at least the first month of your chosen program tuition on or before the 28th of the current month that you're in, if you wish to join the next intake, which in our case right now is September 1. If you're not able to meet this deadline by tomorrow, you can join our October 1 intake and so on. So that's on the 1st of every month. We accept new learners every month, and so there's always a chance for you to start. But the sooner you secure your spot, I would say the better. Having said that, I will just send these steps. Feel free to copy and paste these steps on your end, guys, if you want to know how to get started. Very important to know what program you're going for and how to apply for it and how to have a successful application and submit your application. You can get even a same-day decision if your application is very clear. And finally, I'll share with everybody also a PDF guide. I recommend you download this. It takes you step by step through the application and enrollment process. It's great to have next to you while you're completing your application. So also a good one to have with you. All right, so that is everything, guys. I see one final question squeezed in here from Eunice Amuli, who says, so it's basically just studying materials provided and writing exams, or how do the classes work? So there are no exams at Nexford. It's not like traditional schools. So instead, we have final projects and assignments, and those are graded. Every course you take follows that same learning sequence. You take 6 modules and you end with a final project. So, I want to wrap up our call here today, but if it's still not clear, Eunice, I recommend you book a one-on-one session with me, or you join maybe our next virtual tour, or you reach out to our team on WhatsApp, or send us an email at help@nexford.org. But I also hold these one-on-one virtual sessions. I'm happy to dive back into the online learning platform and show you the different areas and different courses to give you a better idea. I do apologize that perhaps that wasn't clarified yet for you today, how the classes work. But it is all on the online platform. I did discuss the different types of media through which you're going to be doing your studying. And I know we went through the assignments as well. So it's those assignments that form your overall GPA at Nexford. So it's not exams. You're graded depending on what you do, right? And that's the whole point of our competency-based learning, is we don't want you to just memorize some things and pass a test. Instead, when you're doing your projects and you're doing your assignments, those form your overall grade. And then that really shows that you're learning how to apply the skills that we're teaching you within your Nexford program. So let me share my WhatsApp number, Nexford's WhatsApp number with everybody on the chat here, as well as our help@nexford.org email inbox. If you have additional questions, I'll also share my link for a one-on-one virtual tour in case, so those run for about 15 minutes. It'll link you to my calendar, and then I can share my screen again with everybody, or with the person that I'm having that one-on-one call with. And then we can explore other areas in the online platform for you to better understand. So feel free to please book a call with me, Eunice. I'd be happy to speak with you further. And just a reminder again, guys, a recording of this webinar is going to be uploaded on our YouTube channel soon, so keep an eye for that. Any further questions, you have our WhatsApp number, you have our email inbox, you know where to reach us. I thank you so much for taking the time to join us today on this virtual tour. I thank Ireti, Abdul, Shakur, and Dr. Michael. Thank you so much for your time today as well. This has been great. Have a lovely day, and thanks everybody. Bye, everyone.